Welcome, PFL fight fans, to Atlantic City, New Jersey, hosts for finals action in our 2025 PFL World Tournament. Welterweight and featherweight tournament champions will be decided tomorrow night at Boardwalk Hall. Movlid Khaybulaev looks to wrestle his way potentially to a tournament championship and collect his second PFL gold belt. Jesus Pinedo also chasing number 2. He's on a 9-fight knockout streak in his last 9 victories. At 170 pounds, the former All-American, University of Minnesota wrestler and Bellator champion Logan Storley looking to collect some PFL hardware. And the rising star, still undefeated, Thad Gene, look at him, stake his claim at the top of the 170-pound division.
For me, what keeps me driven is, since I've been a young kid, was to be the best, to compete against the best, to prove to people that you were the best, especially growing up in a small town.
There it is, big takedown.
From the dark horse to the finals. Don't count me out, because I wasn't talked about in the beginning. He's nothing to worry about.
Thad knows what I'm good at. I'm a 4-time All-American wrestler.
I'm that horse that is winning the Kentucky Derbies. I'm the one that people are paying millions of dollars to buy.
I want to prove that these young guys, they're not quite there yet, and I want to continue to show that dominance, show them that they're not quite at this level yet.
Who's gonna quit first? Not me, not I. It's gonna be back and forth. When you think you're gonna take him into deep waters for 5 rounds, we'll see.
We're fighting for a title. We're fighting the best guy in the world. We don't leave anything unturned. We know exactly what we're getting.
I'm ready for his one-dimensional wrestling game.
Oh, guillotine attempt.
This is mine. I'm gonna take it.
And there's a look at the brand new PFL World Tournament belts. Special edition hardware here in 2025. Nobody has one of those yet. Logan Storley in the building, accompanied by a mixed martial arts icon, his friend, training partner, and coach, Robbie Lawler. And Thad Gene also in the building here at Boardwalk Hall, ready for the ceremonial weigh-ins. The resume speaks for itself for this young man. Unblemished through 10 fights. Boardwalk Hall has hosted its share of incredible fights in its long and storied history. We hope to give you a couple more tomorrow night. Featherweight and welterweight world tournament championship bouts, and then of course a bunch leading up to that. Sean O'Connell, that's Randy Couture, Dan Hardy. Randy, the MMA world was a little bit worried about you for a short time, but you don't have to worry about Captain America.
I don't go away that easy. I'm back.
Back and feeling fine. Dan Hardy, 170 pounds. We're going to decide it at 145 as well. What are you looking forward to in these two divisions?
Look, you've got 2 weight classes that move incredibly fast. They hit hard. You know, you've got well-rounded fighters. The fascinating thing here for me, obviously Logan Storley, everyone knows what he's going to do. Everyone has always known what he's going to do since he started his pro MMA career. But very, very few people can stop him. But then Thad Gene, he's looked so good recently, moves so well, hits hard, very, very athletic. We're really going to see if Thad Gene's world-class potential right now in his career with this fight.
We've got a lot to talk about at the weigh-in show tonight. Let's do a little PFL World Tournament rewind, show you how we got here. Movlid Khaybulaev, the killer, versus Taekyun Kim in a semifinal. This is, again, after maybe the toughest fight of Movlid Khaybulaev's entire career. Jeremy Kennedy gave him all he could handle in the opening round of this World Tournament. And Kim was a tough out as well, but Movlid Khaybulaev leaned hard on the wrestling, on his ability to follow those strikes with that dominant pressure. Is that what we see tomorrow night against Jesus Pinedo, Randy?
Well, we've seen the Peruvian just wade through and storm the castle on so many very, very good top strikers like Brendan Loughnane, like Bubba Jenkins. Will he be able to do that against Movlid Khaybulaev? Will that Dagestani wrestling be the difference in this fight? It's going to be very interesting. Normally you say these Featherweights are grease lightning. Don't blink, you might miss it. But both these guys have ridiculous power. Fastest or second fastest knockout by Movlid Khabibulov. Pinedo, I think, has 9 or 10 knockouts to his credit. So these guys not only grease lightning fast, but they have power as well. It's going to be very interesting to go see who goes out and imposes their will and makes it happen.
Here's the Jesus Pinedo resume. 5 straight wins, all finishes, 20 career finishes. And by the way, he has avenged the only loss in the last several years twice now. Against Gabriel Braga, he won that trilogy on his way to a World Tournament Championship berth. Jesus Pinedo, Movlid Khabibulov for the tournament strap at 145 pounds. That's Thad Jean and Kennedy Smith. We'll see a little bit more of them later, but Jonathan Coachman has more on these featherweights now.
Oh, Sean, good evening. What a night it is here in beautiful Atlantic City. Now, to be a top-flight, world-renowned fighter, you got to be able to handle a busy schedule on top of training. It's just part of the game. Now, all week, Pinedo and Khabibulov, they have been all over the place. It has been absolutely nonstop, taking pics, doing interviews, looking at the belt that one is going to win, weighing in, all that good stuff, signing photos. Oh, and oh, by the way, it doesn't hurt to have the iconic boardwalk in the back of a face-off on the beach, which you see right here. Now, Movlid comes from an incredible camp. And this quote is from PFL Origins that's going to be airing this Tuesday. And Habib, the GOAT, said this about his pupil. He's an absolute beast. And they come from a camp full of beasts. Take a look at this photo from PFL Origins. You've got Movlid on the right. You've got the GOAT in the middle. And then Gadzi Rabadanov is going to fight in a couple weeks for a title. He's on the left. And then in the background, you got Usman Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev, all from the same camp. It's not bad where they come from. The best fighting with the best. Sean O'Connell, send it back to you.
Randy, I think you were the first guy in the sport to coin that term, iron sharpens iron. And you talk about it with that Nurmagomedov school where Movlid and Gaji and Habib and Islam and all those guys train together. A room full of monsters.
Absolutely. That's accountability for your training partners. We make each other better, push each other to the limit, but at the same time take care of each other. That's where that iron sharpening irons come from. And it doesn't get any tougher than Team Nurmagomedov.
But of course, it's only one guy who walks into the SmartCage tomorrow night against Jesus Pinedo. And one thing that Pinedo has been so good at is putting aside all of that other storyline and putting aside your training camp, and he makes you fight his fight. Can Movlid execute a game plan and a strategy against the ultimate disruptor?
Well, I mean, that's the big question. And the question really is, what does he do with that pressure from Pinedo? Even if Pinedo starts calmly and he starts to pick his shots like he did against Boric, at some point his foot goes on the gas and he starts to attack. And that's the point where Khabibulov has to employ his wrestling. He's got to get the fight to the floor and try and stifle that aggressive attack. But honestly, I think we're going to need the championship rounds in this fight to determine who's the best out of these two.
It's a stellar 145-pound World Tournament title bout. Let's take a look at the 170-pound picture and how we got to our championship contest. Logan Storley, he's been at the top of the mountain before in the Bellator organization, which of course was acquired by the PFL. And what got him there was a heck of a lot of this. He is a 4-time All-American in wrestling. He was a 6-time high school state champion. I didn't even know that was possible. He is inevitable with those takedowns. Can he execute that game plan against Thad Jean? Masayuki Kikuiri gave him a tough test. And actually, you can see, bloodied him up a little bit, landed a couple of punches. That's what Thad Jean will be looking to do, coming off the biggest win of his career against the former Bellator champion in Jason Jackson. And he looked incredibly impressive doing it, Randy.
He sure did. Long, rangy, coming all the way to the Challenger Series and through this season, and now finds himself in the finals for a World Championship tournament. Doesn't get any better than that. Broward County is very, very proud of the silverback, Thad Jean. This guy's well-rounded, very athletic, tough to hold down, long-range weapons on display, both with his hands and his feet.
Will Thad Jean, will the silverback have any surprises for Logan Storley? I don't know. Maybe, as we look at this one by the numbers. Storley has more than double the amount of experience, but of course it is Thad Jean who is undefeated. One more look at our Valor Energy welterweight bracket. The finals are tomorrow night. Thad Jean, Logan Storley for the strap and the $500,000. Our own Kennedy Smith is cage side with Thad Jean.
Thanks, Sean. Thad Jean, we are here in Atlantic City. How surreal is it to be here at the World Tournament Finals?
It's exactly that. It's surreal. It's such an amazing feeling from, again, being an alternate to actually being in the finals and actually being here now. You know what I mean? Tomorrow night, I face off against Logan Storley, and I claim what I've been saying is mine.
Finals, you've got 5 rounds instead of 3. How do you think your conditioning is going into this?
I don't know, and we won't know because it's not going all 5 rounds. I'm taking out Logan Storley in the first couple of rounds. The first 2, my prediction, first 2 rounds, I'm taking out Logan Storley. But if it has to go to 5, I'm ready. I'm ready for everything. I'm ready to do what I have to do to dominate and like I said, take that title home.
Let's talk about Logan. How do you think you two pair up together in that cage?
I mean, it's from the outside looking in, it'll look one-sided, on my side being the, you know, the dominant side, but we can't discount what Logan is going to bring. He has some really good grappling, and he's going to really try to use it against me, but I'm going to move my feet. I'm going to stick it to him, and I'm going to really make him know that, hey, you're not going to put the pressure the entire time, that I'm coming to fight as well.
We're all looking forward to watching that tomorrow. Now we're going to toss it over to Greg to get those weigh-ins started.
Hey, thank you very much, Kennedy. And yes, 2 incredible finals matchups tomorrow night. But understand this, there are 7 other fights tomorrow night with 14 warriors with 1 shot, an opportunity to make a name for themselves. Because listen, if you're not on one of those finals fights, this is the card you want to be on because the world is going to be watching. So let's get to those weigh-ins right now. First of all, let's bring out the president of fighter operations for PFL, Mr. Ray Sefo, and our ring card girls, Janie and Caroline. First up is a featherweight showcase bout, Matt Turnbull versus Tom Pugliarullo. First fighting out of the blue corner, Tom Pugliarullo.
At 145 pounds, a couple of individuals looking to impress the bosses. 7 knockouts in 9 pro victories for Pugliarullo.
Pugliarullo weighs in at 145 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Matt Turnbull.
Matt Turnbull's from right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, about an hour away. Trains with Martinez BJJ in Philadelphia. He's on a 3-fight win streak.
Turnbull weighing in at 145 3/4 pounds.
Early in their careers, both of these guys with high finish rates so far. Don't expect this one to go the distance.
That makes it official. Matt Turnbull versus Tom Pugliarullo opens the show tomorrow night. Next is a welterweight showcase bout, which will see Sarek Shields versus Nick Mack. Fighting out of the blue corner, Nick Mack.
Strong and powerful fighter Nick Mack fights out of the southpaw stance, covers distance really well, stepping through with his punches, and when it hits the floor, it's all Kimuras and rear naked chokes.
Nick Mack stands in at 171 pounds. And in the red corner, Sarek Shields.
Sarek Shields trains out of Portland, Oregon, my old stomping grounds. Victory MMA, considers himself a striker that nicknamed the Berserker. He's on a 5 of his last 6 fights win streak here.
And Shields weighs in at 170.5 pounds.
It's going to be a fast start, this one. Sarek Shields likes to push the pace, but whether he can take Nick Mack down, that's the big question on my mind.
Mack, a former All-American
This welterweight
wrestler.
bout is official. Sarek Shield versus Nick Mack. Next is a featherweight bout where Nathan Kelly will square off with Fred Dupras. In the blue corner, please welcome Fred Dupras.
A fast starter, Fred Dupras. Lots and lots of finishes on his record. 8 finishes, 8 submissions. Really heavy top pressure as well. That's what Nathan Kelly will be expecting from this fight.
And Dupras stands in at 145 1/2 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Nathan Kelly.
Nathan Kelly, 11-4. He's got 4 KOs and 5 submissions to his record from Dublin, Ireland. Straight blast gym out of Ireland, specializes in BJJ. 9 of his 11 wins by stoppage.
And Kelly also weighs in at 145 1/2 pounds.
Both of these guys looking to get back in the win column. For Nathan Kelly, he's had an 11-fight win streak snap recently. Dupras, he lost to Gabriel Braga, one of the toughest guys in this weight class earlier this year.
It's official for tomorrow night, Nathan Kelly versus Fred Dupras. Next, we have a lightweight showcase bout. Hussein Khadimagomedov versus Kyle Driscoll. First in the blue corner, Kyle Driscoll.
Kyle Driscoll's going to want to start this one quickly, punch his way into range. He's got a really fast-paced, awkward striking style, but once he gets inside, he's got really good body lock takedowns, situates himself in top position, and then works his ground and pound.
And Driscoll stands in at 155 3/4 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Hussein Khadimagomedov.
Khadimagomedov is 11-1. Comes out of Aarau, Switzerland, but is training out of Warsaw, Poland now. He's got a wrestling background, has won 3 of his last 4 fights.
Khadimagomedov weighs in at 156 pounds.
Khadimagomedov also with an extensive amateur career. He went undefeated before turning pro in 12 fights. Driscoll comes from that traditional American sports background, wrestling, football, into the MMA scene.
They don't want to face forward. These guys are just squared off. That is going to be a firecracker of a fight. Khadimagomedov's great on the back foot with his striking, but he's going to be under pressure early against Driscoll.
It's official, Hussein Khadimagomedov versus Kyle Driscoll. Next, a cruiserweight showcase with Jakub Kaszuba versus Sergio Cosio. In the blue corner, please welcome Sergio Cosio.
An incredible amount of experience on the side of Cosio here. 27-10-1, 20 finishes, 7 by knockout, 13 by submission. You've got to be careful of this guy in every single range.
Cosio weighs in at 160 1/2 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Jakub Kaszuba.
Jakub Kaszuba is 14-0. Another kid from Poland. Elevate MMA and Gracie Baja. 2-time PFL Europe lightweight champion. 23 and 24.
And Kaszuba weighs in at 159 1/2 pounds.
Going to be a really interesting test this for Jakub Kaszuba, hey Sean. I mean, he's been smashing his way through the European competition, but now in front of him, Sergio Cosio, someone that trains and prepares at a little gym called Extreme Couture in Las Vegas, surrounded by absolute assassins. We'll see how Jakub Kaszuba deals with this potential step up in competition.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Ray Sefo makes this one official. Jakub Kaszuba versus Sergio Cosio.
So that's how we will start the card tomorrow. Those are your prelims. Turnbull, Pagliarulo, Shields, Mack, Kelly, Dupras, Khadimagomedov, Driscoll, Jakub Kaszuba, the 2-time PFL Europe lightweight champion, and Sergio Cosio leading into our main card. This is going to be a fun one, and it is capped off by a co-main event, World Tournament Final. Main event, 170-pound Tournament Championship bout.
Next is a middleweight bout featuring Jordan Newman versus Islam Abdelbasset. In the blue corner, please welcome Islam Abdelbasset.
Abdelbasset, a very, very aggressive fighter, something that Jordan Newman is effectively banking on in this fight. Abdelbasset feels like he can win this fight everywhere it goes, but expect wrestling early.
Abdelbasset weighs in at 186 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Jordan Newman.
Jordan, not human Newman, 7-0, 2 KOs and 2 submissions. He said, I'm gonna make him think I'm wrestling when I'm not. I'm gonna make him think I'm striking when I'm not.
And Newman tips the scales at 185 1/4 pounds.
Just a stellar matchup here. Two guys that are absolute physical specimens. A lot of experience for Abdelbasset. Newman is one of the hot rising prospects and feels like his time is now that he's hit age 30.
That makes this one official. Jordan Newman versus Islam Abdelbasset live in the SmartCage tomorrow night. Next, we have a featherweight showcase bout with Asael Ajouj versus Yves Landau. In the blue corner, let's welcome Yves Landau.
Yves Landau is 21-9, 5 KOs and 5 submissions. Expects the striking, but he's well-rounded and feels like he's better in every position.
And Landau weighs in at 145 3/4 pounds.
Thank you.
His opponent in the red corner, Asael Ajouj.
Asael Ajouj is 9-1 with 3 OKs and 3 KOs rather, and 2 submissions. Training out of Dublin, Ireland with John Kavanagh on a 9-fight win streak.
And Ajouj with also an official weight of 145 3/4 pounds.
A long time ago, a decade ago, these guys actually were in the same gym. They trained together a little bit, but man, both of them very different fighters from when they were familiar with the other's habits and techniques. Ajouj Landau, our last showcase on the card.
And this one official, Asael Ajouj versus Yves Landau.
2025 saw a format change for the PFL. Gone is the regular season, the playoffs, and the championship. It is now the Olympic style, a true tournament format. The stakes were elevated, and that means there is no margin for error. For our finalists at featherweight and at welterweight, they had one shot, night in and night out, one shot to advance to this moment. And tomorrow night, one more shot.
You get one chance. You get one chance to be world champ. You have to be dominant each performance, leave no doubt.
This guy is ready to prove that he's one of the best in the world.
Quiero volver a ser campeón en el 2025 y al serlo me estaría diciendo a mí mismo que puedo lograr todas las metas que quiera en la vida. Моей мотивацией является, чтобы стать лучшим бойцом, показать лишь снова вернуться и стать чемпионом.
Another 2 jumping knees.
Being able to get my hand raised and actually beating another man, it's a great feeling. It's a warrior's feeling.
And the silver band. Everybody realize I'm the best.
Being a champion symbolizes you've done the work, you've done the little things right, and you've poured everything into this sport.
You saw the semifinals recaps, and we are set for the featherweight championship in our world tournament. Jesus Pinedo and Movlid Haibulaev. The same is true at welterweight. Thad Jean had to overcome the former Bellator champion Jason Jackson. Logan Storley, tough test against Masayuki Kikuiri. It's Jean versus Storley for all the marbles at 170. Our very own Kennedy Smith as Logan Storley, cage side.
Thanks, Sean. Logan, we are here at the World Tournament Finals. Can you feel an intensity in the air getting ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, it's a big moment. We're in a historic venue, and I'm excited to go and compete.
All right, your opponent, Thad Jean, he's a young rising star. There's a lot of fanfare, but you've got this experience. You're a veteran. Do you feel like that experience advantage is kind of being overshadowed right now?
Yeah, you know, obviously I've been the underdog in a lot of big fights in my career, and I'm excited to go out there and just show how dominant I am and win the positions and really just show everyone that I'm the best in the world.
Thad is very outwardly confident. You kind of keep things a little closer to your chest. What's your confidence like going into that cage tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm extremely confident in my skills and my team, and we put the work in and we're ready to go and show it.
All right, we're all looking forward to that tomorrow. And now we're going to toss it over to Greg to get those finalists all weighed in.
Thank you very much, Kennedy. Here we go. Let's wade in the co-main event, which is the finals of the featherweight bracket. Jesus Pinedo versus Movlid Khaybulaev. Fighting out of the blue corner, let's welcome Movlid Khaybulaev.
The killer out of Team Nurmagomedov in Dagestan, Russia. The 2021 PFL featherweight champion. Two champions going at it for another title here.
Movlid Khaybulaev officially weighing in at 144 1/4 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Jesus Pinedo.
El Mundo came from the Challenger Series all the way through to the championship title in 2023. This guy is a wrecking machine from Peru.
Jesus Pinedo officially weighing in at 144 1/2 pounds.
Interestingly enough, at the beginning of this tournament, we asked both of these guys, who do you think you'll fight in the championship bout? Who do you want to fight in the championship bout? Pinedo said Movlid. Movlid said Pinedo. This is what they wanted. This is what we want. This is the fight the fans want. We get it tomorrow night.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Ray Sefo makes it official. El Mundo Jesus Pinedo versus Movlid Killer Khaybulaev.
Movlid, you've fought many, many tough opponents in your career. How does he stack up against the opposition?
Оппонентов, как он в твоем послужном списке, где он находится, насколько уровень его?
Он достойный боец, достойный соперник, бывший чемпион, но не лучше, чем предыдущие тоже. Предыдущие тоже были намного лучше. И на каждый бой я отношусь и подхожу очень серьезно, настроенный на победу.
I think he's a great fighter. He's one of the best opponents I had. I don't necessarily say he's the toughest one I ever faced, but again, I totally think he's a champion for a reason, and it's going to be a great matchup.
There's so much expectation. Everyone expects you to win, to bring this belt home. How do you deal with that pressure?
От тебя, что ты завоюешь этот пояс, привезешь его домой, на тебя это дополнительное давление оказывает?
Нет, никакого давления нету. Я всегда остаюсь таким же спокойный и скромный. Свое дело только выполняю в клетке. И так что я только настроен, только хорошо настроен.
No extra pressure. It's just my job. That's what I do. I always stay calm. I stay humble. Just do my job and do it very well.
Good luck, my friend. See you tomorrow. Coach, over to you.
Dan, thank you very much. Jesus Pinedo, so far in your first two fights, you haven't even fought 2 full rounds yet. 5 rounds on tap potentially tomorrow. Do you think that the fact that you haven't spent a lot of time in the cage will benefit you tomorrow night?
Esta temporada no has peleado ni 2 asaltos en la jaula. ¿Tú crees que eso te va a ayudar mañana si no peleas 5 asaltos?
No, mañana definitivamente la pelea no va a llegar a decisión. Mañana esa pelea es sacada por nocaut.
No, the fight tomorrow is definitely not going the distance. I'm going to knock him out tomorrow.
Along those same lines, back in April, you and I sat down and you said, I plan on coming back from my hiatus and knocking everybody out. You're 2 for 2. How do you think you can knock this guy out tomorrow night?
En abril cuando hablamos dijiste que iba a tumbar a toda la gente en el torneo. Estás de 2-2 ahora. ¿Crees que mañana termina la pelea por knockout?
100% seguro, esa pelea es sacada por nocaut mañana.
100%. That fight tomorrow is ended by knockout.
It's going to be an absolute banger. This is our co-main event on Friday night.
Well, listen, before we get to the main event weigh-ins, let's see what Gene and Storley have to say themselves. Check this out.
think Thad's an impressive young fighter. He has a lot of skill.
That young man is a rising star in the world of mixed martial arts.
But for me, I want to prove that these young guys, they're not quite there yet.
He's definitely not going to listen to that.
Logan Storm Storley!
What is he going to do? Strike me?
Oh!
Logan Storley doesn't move his head.
Oh, he walked onto a right hand!
I'm ready for his one-dimensional wrestling.
Oh, guillotine attempt! That is the all-American wrestling of Logan Storley.
He hasn't been in there with a guy that is going to continue to scramble, continue to push the pace. He hasn't fought 5 rounds before.
5 rounds? Hopefully we stick to 1 and 2. I'm gonna get more dangerous.
Oh, beautiful left!
We're going to find out who breaks first.
You're in front of me and you think one thing until you get punched in the face, and now it's another.
That Gene finishes!
Storley mixing the wrestling and striking beautifully. Mamma mia!
That Gene, the silverback, will be the champion of this tournament.
Well, let's get to it. The main event weigh-ins, the finals of the welterweight bracket. Thad Gene versus Logan Storley. First fighting out of the blue corner, Logan Storley.
Storley, 4-time All-American for the Golden Gophers of Minnesota, 6-time state champion in South Dakota. Same high school that Brock Lesnar went to. This is a remarkable wrestler, and he uses it well.
Logan Storley officially weighs in at 170 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Thad Gene.
Thad Gene, the silverback, the pride of Broward County, Florida, is 10-0 in his young fight career, and definitely the talent to keep an eye on.
You guys can go that way. Yep. Yep, step on step.
Thad Gene weighs in officially at 169 1/2 pounds.
The
Thad, step over here.
silverback wants to keep this on the feet. Logan Storley, the All-American wrestler, wants to take it to the ground and keep it there. It is a classic matchup, and the winner of this fight will take home the tournament belt and maybe, just maybe, have a super fight on deck in the PFL SmartCage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is now official. Thad Silverback Gene versus Logan Storm Storley.
Logan, every time an opponent steps into the cage with you, they know what you're going to do, but they can't stop it. What's the key to your success?
Just getting to my positions, right? I got a great team behind me, and I've been doing this for a long time, right? At the highest level, from wrestling now to MMA, and we got a great game plan.
So without giving too much away, obviously a big, powerful athlete in front of you, how do you plan on closing distance and getting this fight to the floor?
Once again, I'm going to get to my positions, use my speed, athleticism, and once I get a hold of guys, right, they haven't felt it before, so that's what I plan to do.
And you like the additional 2 rounds, the championship rounds in this one for you?
Yeah, fighting for a belt and go 5, you get the opportunity to go 5 rounds, and historic event, arena. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, my friend. Good luck. Coach, over to you.
Oh, man, I'm standing here with a very confident Thad Gene. You just said to me, Coach, I'm in the best shape of my life. Confidence coming out of your pores. How was your training camp?
It was grueling. Exactly what it should have been, going against someone who's going to try to, it's a storm, right? It's a storm, but, I'm going to weather it out, and I'm going to make sure that I come out on top. So I've been through the toughest training camp I've been to date. So I feel good. I'm super confident, and I know what I got to bring to this game.
Now, you just heard Logan Storley. He's had several 5-round fights in his career. This is going to be something that you've never done before. Are you nervous about potentially going a 4th or a 5th round?
I don't care. I'm not nervous about going anywhere. I know where it's going to go, and I know how it's going to be finished. And I know that I'm going to finish him. So it doesn't really matter that it's going to be 4. It's going to matter it's going to be 5 rounds. It's you against me. That's it. At the end of the day, it's me versus you. And like I said in the beginning, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your name is. Once you go in there against me, the silverback, I'm going to take you out.
Now, I don't think there's any question that you come with the biggest following, the Silverback Nation, in the PFL. What do you expect here tomorrow night from them?
You just wait and see. You just wait and see. I mean, I'm excited. They're excited. And just like I said, Silverback Nation, they travel with me. They travel loud. They travel proud. And, You're going to see tomorrow how loud and proud they are. They're going to fill this place out and exactly what they're supposed to do with me in the cage, beating my chest, and beating up on my opponent.
This man went from not being in the tournament to his second straight main event and a chance to become the PFL World Tournament welterweight champion. Thad Gene, Sean O'Connell, back to you.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Thad. One more time on camera here at the weigh-in. Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy, and Randy Couture. Look, there is an experience difference between these two main event fighters. Logan Storley has been here before at that championship level in wrestling and in MMA before. And, of course, we know what Thad Gene is capable of. Randy, which one wins out tomorrow night?
It's such an amazing matchup. This young, talented kid that's 10-0, full of pride and full of confidence. This seasoned vet that everybody knows what he's going to do, and you can call that one-dimensional if you want, but go ahead and try and stop it. He gets his hands on you, and you've got a serious problem. Who's going to go out and pose their will? That's fighting 101 from top to bottom, and both of our matchups in these final matches are very, very similar in that way.
Absolutely, and look, you know, Thad knows what he's up against, and he's just come off a 15-minute grinding fight against another former champion in Jason Jackson. So he's had a little bit of that taste in his mouth of what that horrendous fatigue feels like when you're up against someone that's a strong wrestler. He's now taken that back into training camp and used that as motivation to put himself through it every day to prepare him for this 25 minutes against Logan Storley. I mean, the one thing that you can guarantee about Logan Storley is he's going to try and wrestle you at some point, right? He's done everything he can to prepare, at least in his mind, for that, and that's going to give him a lot of confidence stepping in there.
Interestingly enough, both guys mentioned, I don't think he can go as hard for as long as I can. So both of these main event fighters think they've got the better gas tank. In the co-main event, I don't think the main event's going to give us a lot of tactical surprises. We know the approach from both guys. Mavlid Haibulayev, Randy, he's been wrestling his way to get to this point. But you go back to his championship year, he was knocking everybody out. Are we going to see the killer mix it up?
Well, he says he wants to step in and test his striking, see how dangerous Jesus Pinedo really is. That is a very interesting prospect because we've seen this guy storm the castle and literally take some guys out that nobody expected him to take out. It's going to be very interesting to see if that Dagestani wrestling really does come into play and is the difference in that fight against the killer, against El Mundo, rather. Haibulayev is the killer.
Dan, easier said than done getting somebody like Jesus Pinedo to the ground, if that is the game plan for Mavlid Haibulayev, because of course, in order to get close enough to grab a hold of Jesus Pinedo, you got to go through the buzzsaw that is his striking attack.
Yeah, and the reality is, you know, even though Jesus Pinedo has got the height and reach advantage, very rarely does he use it against his opponents. He likes to be right in their face, right in the pocket. He's going to be in Habulayev's punching range, trying to throw knees in the pocket. That's the kind of game that he's got. But they're the opportunities where Habulayev's going to be trying to take him down. And filling that center channel with sharp objects like elbows and knees is going to be a smart thing for Pinedo to do.
Sharp objects, I like that in this co-main event. When you look at it by the numbers, both big-time finishers. Jesus Pinedo might be the best finisher right now in this weight class in the entire world. Can he get past an undefeated monster and, of course, representative of that Nurmagomedov school in the killer, Mavlid Haibulayev? What an incredible night we've got on deck for you, and here's a look at our upcoming PFL schedule. It is finals month. We've got tomorrow night World Tournament Championship bouts, and then, of course, August 9th, PFL Africa, its second event. September 26th, PFL Europe is back for Nantes, France. And on the 27th, PFL MENA continues its dominance in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. One more look at our main card tomorrow night. Gene Storley in your main event. Pinedo Haibulayev in your co-main. Some incredible showcase bouts on the way up. That opening one at middleweight, that one is going to be really interesting. And, of course, that's what everyone's looking to earn in this PFL tournament. Brand new hardware. We have yet to hand one of those bad boys out. So Mavlid Haibulayev or Jesus Pinedo gets to take the first one home. Thad Gene or Logan Storley will grab the second one for the trophy case. Fighters came, made weight, showed up, Not a lot of trash talk at the weigh-ins tonight. Focus, dedication, and it all pays off tomorrow night at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. Be there with us as we crown World Tournament Champions at welterweight and featherweight on ESPN.